brothers and sisters, we don't have too much information on what is happening between Somalia, Ethiopia, Somaliland, But remember, we have always reported on our brothers and sisters in Somalia, in Ethiopia, and Somaliland, and they wanted a piece of the ocean, because what Abiy Ahmed said is we are growing, right? And as we are growing, we need a place where we can have our military navy, like an Ethiopian army, because this is a country which is growing economically, and all that, and we need our navy. And every country around, they are brothers from Somalia, brothers from Eritrea, they are brothers from Djibouti, they are brothers, all of them said no. So remember, Djibouti, Somalia, they have a Turkish military base. They have many foreign military bases. Like Djibouti is so small, but you find like over 9 military bases. But they cannot give just a small place for Ethiopia to have their navy, and them, they don't have a navy. So we saw Ethiopia going to Somaliland and signing a contract which they signed with Somaliland, and they were given a strip of 20 kilometers to develop their things. In return, they would recognize Somaliland sovereignty. Somaliland was previously a part of Somalia. Okay, it was owned by British. Is it British? While Somalia was owned by the Italians. But later, the British took everything, and they kind of, after independence, they merged. But after the failure of the country, having a government and all that, I think in 1992 they just went and said, let's continue with that. But there are things that have happened. There was a battle of Somalia where a lot of people were killed in Somaliland and all that. But finally they have a running government, they conduct elections, they have everything a sovereign country would have, but nobody recognizes their sovereignty. So that's where they wanted someone to recognize their sovereignty. And there are a lot of things that have been happening, including even Israel has been using Somaliland as a backup to fight Yemen, because we know we have a Gaza war, Israel, and fighting the Palestine, and Yemen has been trying to help these guys. So Israel also kind of promised to recognize their sovereignty. So there are a lot of bunch of things happening. But remember, we reported that when this was going on, the president of Turkey, Erdogan, was involved in trying to broker some deal between Somalia and Ethiopia. You remember? And we complained and asked, why is the AU just there, that puppet organization just there? Why is IGAD just there? Why are all our African organizations just watching as Turkey, out of Africa, is coming to intervene and broker a deal of peace? But definitely that cannot be just for free. Turkey has its own ambition. Yeah. So we are seeing that in January 2023, after Ethiopia signed an MOU with Somaliland, as the Somali parliament instructed and President Hassan Sheikh complied that Ethiopia violated the unity, sovereignty, and territorial integrity of Somalia. And as such, unless and until Ethiopia withdrew from the AU, Somalia will never discuss these issues with them. This is a page called Dajir Media, which is from Somalia, where I'm getting this information. And remember, we were like, from my side, I was like, no, that was wrong for this guy to say no. They could have just said, because we have other military bases, we can give you at least, even if it's a small place, but in return, you're giving me something, because I don't think we get anything from the US and all that. Okay. This did not last long, because at the behest of President Erdogan of Turkey, President Hassan Sheikh ignored the parliamentary instructions and met with the president of Ethiopia in Ankara. You remember we reported that, and signed over to Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed everything Ethiopia and Turkey sought from Somalia, including a secure access to and from Somalia Sea. So there's this statement or communique communique which they signed on, and it was released, in which President Hassan Sheikh accepted to forego and leave behind differences and contentious issues Somalia had concerns with, such as a naval base for Ethiopia in Somalia or Ethiopia recognition of Somaliland, but accepted issues Ethiopia had concerns with, such as recognizing the sacrifices of Ethiopian soldiers with the AU missions. So that is what is happening, and it's kind of, there are reports that Turkey is sought to benefit. So guys, on top of all that, as it happens, it's like what they're saying is there's this plan to partition Somalia, or because it's like Somalia is accepting Somaliland sovereignty, and now it will be partitioned, and like, oh, Somaliland is a country, and now I don't know what will happen because there's Puntland, Puntland. I don't know. But there's a lot of things that are happening behind the scenes in which the people of Somalia should be very careful and look into it, as we read from the Dajir media, because one of the things that I noted is there was this meeting with Ambassador Alp, a special representative for Somalia. This was posted by Turkey in Hargeisa, and the representative for Somaliland, where they met with the British ambassador to Somalia, Mike Nithavrianakis, at the Somali Consulate General. But when you look at the ambassador, special representative for Somalia and Somaliland, it's some white guy. So you wonder, aren't there Somalis who can represent their countries in Turkey? And these people are like, they even have a military in Somalia. So it doesn't make a lot of sense. Something else came in which they reported that, France is also trying to end itself towards Somalia, because Somalia is a country with a lot of minerals, and uranium being one of them. And where it is, it's like in the central areas, and it's like France is looking into coming and mining this. So for France, it is the start of the end of their security engagement in Africa and West Africa. That is what Yulf Lessing, director of the Sahel program at the Konrad Adenauer Foundation in Mali, said. And he said Chad was the aircraft carrier of the French army, its logistical headquarters. Its logistical headquarters. If Chad doesn't exist, the French army will have a huge problem to keep running in its other operations. Okay, and without the French army, the terror networks in Central and West Africa will have a huge problem operating the region. So with no more presence in the region, the former chief of staff of the French army, General Lecointre, you remember we reported where he announced that France and Europe should develop a military colonizer of Africa in the next. Yes. One region in Africa whose leaders will not only welcome recolonization but also call them our French brothers, as they already do with Turkey and Gulf monarch, is Somalia. So Somalia is rich in uranium, and the region most proven uranium reserves is occupied by Al-Shabaab. And with Somalia in mind, Emmanuel Macron begins the tour of the Horn of Africa and will soon meet the Prime Minister of Ethiopia, Abiy Ahmed, fresh off huge well-arranged win over Somalia, the Ankara Accord, which they signed in Turkey, which we reported Turkey was helping, that gives Ethiopia every right to Somali's sea and ocean. So in this Ankara Accord, Somalia agreed, Ethiopia accepted, and Turkey will facilitate for Ethiopia, its people, government, and army to get reliable and unhindered Ethiopian army secured territory with access to the sea for the sole enjoyment of the Ethiopian people and forever stay under the Ethiopian dominion, for which Ethiopia will do with whatever it wishes to, commercial otherwise. So France is also building the Ethiopian army that will take total control of Somalia Sea. So a lot of things are happening. As I look at the Tajir media, it seems like, there are these presidents who keep selling their people. They know they get some kickbacks, they don't care. And we are experiencing this in Africa. And that's why Africa is wishing that we can just have a yes kind of model where we rely on ourselves rather than relying on the people who come and steal our resources. So guys, that is what is happening in Somalia. You see, if we are not careful, these guys are going to take our birthright. Because Somalia looks very like a virgin country, shaken, but nobody is holding their hand to say, you stand, brother. And Kenya should be doing that. Ethiopia should be doing that.
Kenya needs somebody to hold its hand, like Burkina Faso. And we are in trouble in Africa, and I think organizations like the African Union should be the ones spearheading such things. Like, why would we need Turkey to come and intervene? Just last week, I think I was reporting the same thing, and it is very heartbreaking because these are two brothers who do not see eye to eye, and right now they are being told, do this, do that, we'll give you this.
Someone from very far, and now they have to call that someone.
Yeah, and it's because of something that they are going to be getting from that brother who is not our brother, that they are saying, let's hold each other's hands, let's pretend we see eye to eye. It does look fake. It does look like something scripted by Turkey to say, you guys should be doing this so that, we can help you in this way, you'll benefit in this way. But is it a genuine move? Will we not see a problem for Ethiopia and Somalia and Somaliland in the future? The citizens, how are they going to be affected by this? Is this going to be really beneficial? It will cause more problems that somebody else will not be able to intervene in future because there are some things that have been signed. Look at things like the part of continued colonization for Francophone countries. Somebody signed it. Is it helping these countries after this long while? No, it is slavery for these countries. And unless somebody comes in for Ethiopia, for Somalia, and removes themselves totally from this, maybe we'll see ourselves in the same pact, that the Francophone countries found themselves in. Very disappointing to see Africans not being able to sit down, just the two of them, and saying, we have fought forever. Yeah. What is the solution for this? Why should we need interveners from somewhere very far from our continent? Why can't we do things as the African people and succeed? Brothers and sisters, let us know what you think about this in the comment section down below. What are the feelings? Somalians, Ethiopians, I've not seen a lot of you commenting on such issues, but how are you seeing this move for yourselves in the future? The country is not about Abiy Ahmed. The country is not about this president of Somali, the prime minister, the whatever. It's about you guys. You are the ones who will remain citizens even after these guys have left office. Let us know what you think about this. Is it going to help you? Is it in some way? Do you see something not right in it? We would love to be educated more because we're also following this news step by step. If you'd love to support us, you can please subscribe to the channel, like, share, and comment these videos, enlighten us on information that we might not have,
especially if you're from Somalia.
Exactly. Enlighten us more. We'd love to learn more about these issues. You can also support us by buying us coffee,
super chats,
super thanks,
buying us
hats. Everything is in the description box down below. We'll see you in the next one.